Oh, what was that? Oh. Hello and welcome to VVitch's. This is the Witch, or is it the Vitch with two V's? I don't know. That's how it's spelled, but I think there's just like a graphic design thing. It's the Witch, right? So I'm going into this pretty much blind. I know it's Robert Eggers, so that's really exciting because The Northman was really great. The Lighthouse was really great. This is like his first feature film. I don't know a single thing about this. I don't know any of the cast members. Obviously, I know like it's a horror, and I've seen like the posters. There's a goat on the poster. That's literally all I'm going off of. This is like completely blind. I am wondering if Willem Dafoe is in this because he's been in the two other Robert Eggers films, but maybe not. So this is part of my Halloween special for 2022. We've got a great lineup of 10 horror films that I'm doing throughout the month. All really great classic horror films that I haven't seen yet, or films that are coming out this month. So before we jump into this, be sure to check out the Patreon. Over there you can find 1 week early access. You can also find polls so you can vote for what's next. And you can find a full-length timer-based version of this where you just sync up your own footage and watch along with me. So yeah, let's just jump right in. A New England folktale. Okay, so set in America.
What went we out into this wilderness to find?
Ralph Ineson and Anna Taylor-Joy, okay.
We travailed a vast ocean. For what?
Yeah, so it's a period piece, right, when they first came to America.
I cannot be judged by false Christians, for I have done nothing save preach Christ's true gospel.
Okay, so you're saying they're not true Christians? Is it a clash between Protestant and Catholic Christians? Or like Church of England? So... oh, there's Native Americans there as well. This is like a period piece set right when they moved to England. So I'm guessing this is like Salem witch trials, that kind of thing, you know?
I confess I've lived in sin. I've been idle of my work, disobedient to my parents. For the sake of thy son, forgive me.
So it's not going to be like this whole like punishment for her potentially because she's confessed all of these sins.
Boo!
And I am wondering if anyone's going to be like falsely accused of being a witch here.
Boo!
What?
Samuel!
It just felt like something was going to happen there. I just didn't know what. I thought maybe you should do that and then it'd be like someone else there, or... Red Riding Hood has snatched the Samuel away? Oh, was that a circumcision? Is this like the witch? We're actually seeing the witch is not just like some hidden figure. There is an actual witch. She's not using it for like a potion. Oh my god, okay. Lovely. Yeah, I'm surprised we're actually seeing, like, I'm guessing this is the witch, the titular witch, but I'm surprising we actually see her. I thought it'd be this big mystery. Is there actually a witch? Is there not? My first thought is, like, we see how old she is. Has that, like, made her youthful? You know, if we see another female character, it could be the witch youthful again after doing that. Of course, Thomason is struggling with all of this, having nightmares. How much does Catherine blame her for it as well? You can just like hear her crying in the background this whole time.
I'll work him.
Now, let him be. Thy mother's not slept tonight since.
Yeah, they need time to grieve.
We can search no more, Caleb. If not a wolf, then hunger would have taken him yet.
Yeah, so they're struggling with their crops. I always love the dialogue in all of these Robert Eggers films. That could be some cool imagery there. It's almost like she's carrying the grief or the the burden on her shoulders, or on her head technically, but yeah, she's like struggling to carry it all. Oh.
Was Samuel born a sinner?
Aye.
How was he born a sinner?
He's gone, Caleb.
Tell me.
Tell thee what?
I don't like that trap is just right there by him. Definitely symbolism there. Dead child. Well, it's unborn in the egg, but you know, she's seeing things that remind her of Samuel. Oh, he hasn't just lost his eye, has he? I've seen that go on all of the posters, so it must have some significance to the plot. Is that like the witch in disguise or something? I was thinking that about the rabbit as well when the dog was barking.
I thought I seen an apple tree in the valley. Father brought the gun. For if we glanced at
Why did you not tell me?
Yeah, it's not safe, and she definitely doesn't want to lose another son. Yeah, Caleb's like, he's in puberty, things are starting to come in, but that's his sister. But that's showing him having like sinful thoughts, isn't it?
Who's there?
I'm the witch of the wood.
Mercy, come out.
Oh, so they have a little myth of the Witch of the Woods, though.
It were a wolf stole Sam.
A witch. I've seen her in her riding cloak about the wood.
Oh, she's actually seen her.
It was a witch, Mercy. You speak aright.
Thomasin.
It was I.
Liar.
The child actress for Mercy is great, actually. She's doing a real good job.
And I'll banish thee too if thou displeaseth me.
Be quiet.
Mercy. She's but telling fantasies.
For chance.
Yeah, she's just messing with her, but this isn't going to backfire, is it? If Mercy spreads a rumour or something.
You'll not tell mother nor father.
Thomasin, let her alone.
Get away from the killer.
So at one point, Mercy was saying it was Black Phillip who allowed her, and he was saying, I was trying to pick up on the lyrics of Black Phillip. It sounded like they said like a crown comes out his head. They worship him as like a king. So is Black Phillip actually some sort of like king entity that they worship, or is it just a myth?
Thomasin, what's that doing with the silver cup?
Oh, she's blaming it on Thomasin, even though it was the dad William who sold it, wasn't it?
How thou could lose me father's silver wine cup in this hovel, I cannot know.
Haven't told.
Peace, child. He's gone.
Yeah, she's just kind of the child that gets blamed for everything. Which is surprising considering she's the oldest. What's happening? Oh, the rabbit's back. Yeah, that rabbit must have something like it's the witch in human form or something. Not the witch in the witch in rabbit form. Yeah, in a situation like that, she definitely needs to get some sleep. It's good for her health, and you know they're already in awful living conditions anyway.
We have been ungrateful of God's love.
You've cursed this family.
No.
Does she think he's cursed them by taking them to America?
We should never have left.
That damned church.
There is no hither.
Well, what need we? Silver chalices?
It is not for vanity that I am grieved of it.
Yeah, it's a sentimental connection. It was her father's. So he said there, well, she said Jesus went into the wilderness and met the devil. So is the rabbit the devil?
She's old enough. She must leave to serve another family.
It was not her fault. I'll to the village with the horse and Thomasin tomorrow.
She's not going to try and run away after hearing that, is she? That's like one less pair of hands to help around, though, isn't it?
But we did.
Nay.
We did.
Oh, they actually caught it. Okay.
Remember once he lay upon the table, and father saw him and he said, "We will have him for meat. Kate, we will roast this beast."
I don't know why something about Fowler like took me out of it when I saw him for like the split second when you like first see him. I think I don't know, is Fowler like groomed in a more modern way or something? There was just something about seeing Fowler that made you think, oh yeah, this is modern day for a split second.
Cody! Fowler! Hey, Fowler!
Yeah, so even the horse was scared of that rabbit.
Caleb, no! Oh, straight back! He's gone back.
Yeah, you don't want anyone running off alone, especially here in the woods.
Thomason! Caleb!
They chained up Jonas and Mercy so they don't run off too.
Thomason!
Oh, can't even whistle. I can't whistle either. That's horrible, yeah. Just waiting to see that, like, red cloak, that bright red cloak that the witch had earlier. Fowler's in trouble, whatever it was. Oh! What did that? The music there, it almost sounds like a witch cackle, doesn't it? And there's that rabbit again. Oh yeah, he's found the witch cabin, of course. Yeah, and she's young again. You know, she's here in a corset, boobs up. We've seen he's been having those sinful thoughts. His hormones are kicking in. She's like exposing her leg to him as well, yeah, drawing him in. That smile was so creepy, her eyes. Yeah, her hand, it was still kind of like wrinkled and old. So she's taken 2 of their sons now.
It would be better to go to the village to raise up help. I
Tis
cannot...
a day's ride and I have no horse.
Yeah, he doesn't even have the horse to go get help.
You have no gun, William. No, not even a dog. Be not a fool.
I am a fool to go. There is none will help this family.
Yeah, even if he goes to the village, he's already been like outcast. Will they actually help? Probably not.
Tell us why you went to the wood.
I promise.
I cannot.
No, she's still not saying because you promised to him, okay.
Favour in your eyes.
Child, tell me and I will.
I
took thy father's cup.
Yeah, finally admitting to it.
You took him to the woods.
I will find him.
You're broken God's covenant. You're a liar.
Yeah, she sees him as a sinner as well now for all of this.
And kill thyself too. Will Jonas be the man of the house? Will you damn all your family to death?
Yeah, exactly. If he gets lost, dies out there. Oh, I mean, he's alive at least. They're completely stripped naked. But this could be like a trap. She's returned him to lead them in somehow, or he is like cursed and is cursing the rest of them, and it's like spreading to them or something. Oh. Okay. It seems very intentional to be on the temple as well. Is it like purifying him somehow? I don't know. That's the only thought I had.
Black Phillip Sif, you are wicked. He told me too.
damn your Black Phillip.
He said he put the devil in Caleb.
Is it just Mercy and Jonas who like worship Black Phillip? It seems like the rest of the family doesn't.
Mother and father will find out.
What?
That you are a witch.
Yeah, it's like even if maybe she makes it out of this alive, will she be killed in like a witch trial kind of thing?
Will,
What?
think.
Think what?
Think.
I have no thought.
Does this not look like witchcraft?
Yeah. And now they suspect a witch, and Mercy is saying that Thomason's a witch.
Yet we cannot return as beggars. I'll scour the field. There must be some fruit yet untouched by this rot.
Yeah, they can't show up a complete failure. They show up with at least some crop.
What dost thou want, Catherine? Tell me, and I will give it thee.
I want to be home.
Yeah, back in England. It sounded like they had a better quality of life there as well.
I have become as Job's wife, I know it. My heart's turned to stone.
What does she mean like that? That she doesn't love Will anymore? Or that she's like lost all of her passion? She's just like, the wife, being a wife is her job now? Is that what she's saying?
I have such a sad weakness of faith, I cannot shake it.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Please, you Mercy.
But Philip has a mighty sting who'll knock thee to the earth.
He'll knock thee to the earth.
Knock thee on my back.
Enough!
Oh? Caleb's awake at least. Yeah, cut off her head. Yeah, this is like, he's actually got like eyewitness testimony that a witch exists.
His mouths are sealed up.
Oh, she just stopped him from talking to reveal any more info. Oh! What was that? An apple. Did she offer him an apple? And of course, taking a bite of an apple is a mark of sin, you know.
They conspire against me.
How is it a witch?
Nay, I'll not hear it. I'll have proof or heaven help thee.
But the proof to prove someone isn't a witch is usually killing them.
We are children of sin all. Yet I tell thee, I have raised up no witch in this house.
Why are they all children of sin? The only thing I can think of is like when someone's like born a bastard, born out of wedlock. Is that it for some reason? Is that why they're all born of sin?
I cannot remember my breath.
What?
Something.
I cannot.
Something's happening to them. Look, it's like they've got a stomach ache as well.
The size of my blood!
It's the house of my blood.
Sense of my blood!
They're all so good, all of the child actors.
I will fear no evil, for thou art with me.
Oh, that could just be a ruse though. Pretending that he's okay. She's like released him for a second.
My lord! My lord! My lord! My soul's salvation!
He's so good. Is he actually like cured or? Oh wow! What about Jonas and Mercy as well? Because it was like they were possessed too. But it seemed like at least he was like fixed at the end there, and will hopefully go to heaven at least.
Jonas, Mercy, get up.
Okay, they're still breathing.
I love Caleb.
Yeah, and who then found him? Pale as death, naked as sin and witched.
Yeah, she was the one to find him as well.
I made no
The
bargain.
devil hath no interest in thee.
I am no witch, Father.
What did I but see in my house?
Yeah, there's witchcraft in his house, but she isn't the one doing it.
Christ, can unwitch us if you will but speak truth to me. As I love thee, speak truth.
She is.
I will not.
I am thy father.
You are a hypocrite.
Hold thy tongue, daughter mine.
You took Caleb to the wood and let me take the blame of that too.
Yeah, he's been constantly shifting the blame onto her.
They spend all day long babbling to that horned beast. They know well his voice. The adversary oft comes in the shape of a he-goat and whispers, aye, whispers.
Yeah, Satan is a goat. Satan, Lucifer is always a goat in imagery, isn't he? So is Black Phillip is actually Satan, and that they're worshipping Satan accidentally, because he's been whispering in their ear.
Jonas and Mercy. They made covenant with the devil in the shape of Black Phillip.
Yeah, that makes complete sense. And what they sing about him, they said Black Phillip was the king of all.
And I will smite Jonas as Abraham would have done his seed.
Stop it!
Fetch the billow.
He's just gonna kill Jonas?
Do you see? Stop it. Do you see now?
Will they try and kill Black Phillip as well?
No, it's not safe. Not with them. Keep me from this door.
So he's just locked them in there with Philip? Wow. Not even like having the rest of the family there for the funeral or the burial. She just can't let go.
Oh my God. I am full. I am infected with the filth of pride.
One of the 7 deadly sins, pride. I'm wondering if any of the other characters, there's any sins you could apply to them, maybe.
And I'll lick the dust of thine earth.
Oh. Oh, Silver Cup is back. What? Did he buy it back, or is this like some sort of vision? Oh yeah, look, okay. She's having a dream. Oh, that sounds so weird. Okay, footsteps. But it was like liquid or something splashing. I do like footsteps as well, though. Is it the witch here herself? Laura. Oh, there she is. Okay. They know her name? Is her name Flora or what? Yeah, she's old again now. So it doesn't last long, her like youthfulness. Oh yeah, she's just having a vision. Oh! Is he gonna wake up with Catherine dead and all of his kids dead as well? Catherine, she was just like completely out of it, high, whatever, hallucinating. Would she have died of blood loss from that crow? And what did the witch do to the kids? Did she like, because we heard like splashing, did she like turn into like a liquid form to be able to get into where they were because it was all locked up? And she's the only one there. Oh! Philip. Is that Philip being the devil? Or is that just it being a wild animal?
Corruption. Thou art my father.
So he's just taking it. He dropped the axe. Corruption is my father. Was that like him accepting his fate then? Because he dropped the axe. Jonas and Mercy aren't in there, but we never saw their bodies either. Did they go with the witch, or the witch took them?
I did nothing. She came from the sky.
Devil! You have their blood upon thy hand!
Yeah, she's still blaming her.
You bewitched thy brother, proud slut!
It was him looking at her, really, though. Oh. She's gonna be the last one left of the family. Oh, yeah. It was just self-defense, like it was her or it was the mum or her at that point. I am thinking like, is there potential for her to actually be the witch and her not know herself? I'm just thinking of like when we saw the witch, we saw her and the witch in the little stable at the same time there, but there's no like evidence of that. That looked like it could be a, hey, come inside, let's have a chat, leading her in. Oh, yeah, so he does speak.
What canst thou give?
Wouldst thou like the taste of butter?
She just wants answers, really.
Wouldst thou like to live deliciously?
So is Satan promising things? Oh.
Thy shift.
He just like transformed into a person. Oh, it's so hard to see.
I cannot write my name.
I will guide thy hand.
Yeah, she like selling her soul. Selling herself for all of these desires. A life of luxury. She like floating? I can't tell. It almost looked like she was stepping upwards. And she has like now become a witch and is joining these witches. Oh, they're all floating. Okay. I probably can't show you any of this because of the nudity, but they're all floating in the air. So it's kind of like he can promise eternal life and this life of luxury, but in exchange they're a witch now. Okay, so that was The Witch. I really like that. I'd heard some people say that this is like the scariest movie they've ever seen, and I don't know if I can agree with that. It feels like there were scary moments, but that definitely, I thought that was quite tame in general. Like, there's quite a lot of daytime shots. There's not really any real extended sequences of like terror where it feels like there's no escape or things like that. I don't know, you know, horror works differently on different people. It's also, you know, to do with your environment. Maybe it's just I'm comfortable sitting here in a nice bedroom, comfy, and I'm not like in a cinema watching it. You know, there's quite a few things that can probably contribute to that, but I didn't think that was like the most scariest thing I've seen. So this whole thing, it seems like it was all actually set up by Black Phillip, and Black Phillip is like an embodiment of Satan or Lucifer. That makes complete sense because in a lot of imagery we see Satan as a goat like that. I'm surprised I didn't pick up on that earlier actually. And then there was also the rabbit. I'm imagining the rabbit was also like one of his forms because he can like shapeshift, and we see his human form at the end there. And of course Thomason, she signs away her soul to become a witch in the end there. So I am wondering if this was all a setup, if she was like chosen to be a witch and this was a set of trials for her to like prove herself to him and then he can turn her into a witch, or if it was just like coincidence and that wasn't like planned out. Was that a planned thing by him, or was it just she decides to sell her soul at the end there, or was that all just a setup by him, you know? And also, was this just like a random attack? He just chose this family, or was there an actual reason? William had said they were a family of sinners, but it seemed like from him the description was they were all born sinners, which I don't really know. You know, I'm not Christian, so I don't really know how that works. I would consider, like, if you're born a baby, you're born completely pure, being born as a baby, but then there's the idea of, like, bastard childs that are born out of wedlock. So were all of them, that whole family, born out of wedlock, all of the kids, and then the parents born separately out of wedlock? Was that why it was? Or were they all sinners because of the 7 deadly sins? Because I noticed, of course, William, he said pride was like his downfall, and I was trying to connect the dots because they're a family of 7 and there's 7 deadly sins, so it'd make sense if each of them represented a different sin. So I had a quick like think about it. The only one I can connect is Caleb being lust, but I'm not really sure about the rest. Obviously Samuel, he dies immediately. It's just a baby. Like, what sin would that be? Maybe gluttony. That would make sense for a baby because gluttony doesn't really apply to any of the rest. Kate felt like it could be pride as well, and maybe envy of Tomlinson. I'm definitely not like super confident in that theory. And then with like Mercy and Jonas as well, there's wrath, greed, envy, and sloth left. Envy could be Kate, but then of the kids, like, I guess you could see Mercy as wrath. I'm not like super confident. I don't think that applies like perfectly. And then what would Tomlinson be? I guess she could be greed because she did accept all of these things at the end there. And at the start we do see her like admitting to a bunch of things. I'm trying to think of what she was admitting to there. She was just admitting to different sins in general. I don't think any of them could really apply to greed, but I guess she could represent greed. Sloth is the last one left for Jonas, and Jonas, you know, he was there, but we never really got too much characterization for him. So yeah, I guess that could work out. Maybe you could shuffle that around a little bit based on their personalities, but that sounds okay to me how each of them apply to the 7 deadly sins. I feel like this one, it definitely didn't leave it as ambiguous as The Lighthouse. And then, of course, The Northman, that was quite straightforward. There was a bit of an ambiguous ending there, actually, though. But this one, it felt like, yeah, it was just Satan doing all these things, and then she was turned into a witch at the end there. I don't think, maybe I'm just missing something, but it doesn't feel like there wasn't as much, like, imagery that I needed to interpret here as much as The Lighthouse, where they had, like, imagery of, like, Icarus and Prometheus, I think it was. And like, even though this is called The Witch, I thought there'd be like one specific witch that would be the main villain, but it was really Satan, Lucifer, the devil that it was. Like, there was this witch who took Samuel, but that was just her, you know, trying to regain her youth. So it actually felt pretty like straightforward and easy to follow compared to The Lighthouse. And I'm not saying that as like a negative or a positive, that's just like an observation. You could see it either way. It doesn't feel like there's like as much of a mystery around this as I thought there would be, especially earlier on in the film. And as I said a few times during the reaction, I really enjoyed all of the child performances here. Caleb was great, and then Jonas and Mercy, it just seemed like they were having a lot of fun. Like, they're playing these like evil little kids when they were like rolling around on the floor, like laughing when Caleb was like possessed in that room. You could just kind of feel the fun that they were having in a weird way, just like on the set. And it does feel like child performances in general have gotten better throughout the years, and I do wonder if there is like a reason behind that. It's not like, have kids suddenly got better at acting, or is it like the way kids are treated on set, they've got better like conditions and they feel better on set, so they give better performances? Or is like the way you direct children, has that like changed a bit so that makes child actors better? I don't know, but all of them did a really good, believable job in this as well. And I think in general all of the performances here were really great. Ralph Ineson, you know, he's got this iconic voice, he was just so good, especially in this type of dialogue, the old-timey dialogue that Robert Eggers loves so much, because he's done, you know, he hasn't done anything set in modern day yet. It's all been different dialogues set in period pieces, but Ralph Ineson, he was great in this. And then Anya Taylor-Joy, of course. This must have been like one of her earlier performances as well, because this was 2016. I know like she really blew up on the scene with Queen's Gambit, and that was only a few years ago, and she was in New Mutants. I don't know the New Mutants timeline, I can't even remember when it came out, but it was like supposed to come out in 2016, or I don't know where that took place, where that came out. But she was great in this, and I really love the mum, Kate Dickie, as well. I'd recognised her from The Green Knight, but she was really great in this. She only had that tiny role in The Green Knight, but she was a standout in this. I hope to see her in more things, or if you have any films that she was in that she was good in, because she was really great in this. I think for me, gore is most effective for me, so that was the stuff that I found scariest. I don't know if you could call it scariness from the gore, but I was like grossed out by the gore when we see like Fowler the dog when he's being like opened up, and like what I assumed was Samuel's foreskin like ground up that the witch had eaten or consumed or put in a potion or something. That was disgusting. And then like when William was attacked and we'd seen he was like hitting the side, I feel like the gore and the violence is what I respond to more, but I wouldn't necessarily call that scariness, you know? But I think the film balanced, like, there were quite a few scenes where it's set in this old time where it feels almost comfy. I don't know. I feel like you have to balance there being scenes of comfort with there being scenes of horror, because if the whole film is just like horror intense the whole time, you kind of become desensitized to it. You need the contrast of like more tame scenes and then the more horror scenes that scare you. You know, you need that sense of safety sometimes. And I feel like there were definitely a lot of scenes where there was this sense of safety. But then what they did at one point is there's this sense of safety when Willard came out and then he gets attacked by Black Phillip. That really catches you off guard. So that could have been intentional. You know, you have these scenes where you think you're safe and then finally they break that at the end. That's a really good, like, effective way to do that. Like, the video you'll see after this will be my reaction to Blair Witch, but I'd seen that before uploading this, and that it had a very kind of structured daytime you're safe, nighttime you're in danger, daytime you're safe, and it kind of carried on that pattern. And this, you're not necessarily safe in the daytime. I feel like for a lot of films, for a lot of horror films, it's kind of similar to that. But then it kind of breaks that where you have this daytime scene when suddenly Will is attacked. So it kind of breaks that kind of pattern. It's like kind of setting up a pattern and then breaking it. And I feel like that works well for that moment. I don't know if that was an intentional choice, but that's just like an observation that I made. And I didn't quite catch every single lyric of the Black Phillip song that Mercy and Jonas were singing, but from the sounds of it, it just sounded like a kind of worship song. They were like saying he was a king, he was the ruler of all. I was wondering if potentially that song would like give away the plot of the movie or something along those lines, or if it would be like super ambiguous and that song is like how you decipher what happened in the whole movie. But the film was like pretty straightforward in the grand scheme of things compared to some other horror films, but that doesn't mean it wasn't still effective, and there's still a great, really investing storyline, and of course all the performances here were amazing. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, consider leaving a like or a comment, and if you really loved it, be sure to subscribe so you can keep up to date for all of the future uploads. So yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.